Advertising, design, social communication, journalism, and creative communication come together in Venga y Parlemos, your magazine of the School of Communication Science by Libertadores Online.
Hi guys, I'm Jairo Rivas.
And I am Cristian Diaz. Welcome to Venga y Parlemos, the magazine.
Today we have prepared a special program. Join us.
John, how much do you like to travel?
I love it. It's one of my favorite plans, and every time I take a getaway, even if it's close to the city.
Wow, tell us about your experience traveling within your city. Do you know it well?
Of course, thanks to my work, I have been able to visit several places in it, not only the most tourist and representative ones.
Good, because I don't know it that well, and I need to a lot of advice to know where to go and how can I move.
Of course, Christian, it's just as you listen it. Today, we're going to talk about tourism and the most representative cities of the capital city. We will know about its history, meanings, and representative songs of these cities in our beloved Bogotá.
It is clear that not all places are easily accessible, or many times we don't know how to get to them. So, we'll tell you which public transport routes you can use, or if it is easier to get there on foot or by bicycle. These days, it is so fashionable in the city.
Let's start. The first place, and a mandatory one for visitors and locals to visit, is Monserrate.
According to the website monserrate.co, Mr. Juan de Borja, president of the new Kingdom of Granada, authorized Mr. Pedro Solís de Valenzuela in 1640 to build a chapel dedicated to the Black Virgin of Montserrat, whose sanctuary is located in the province of Barcelona, Spain. Mr. Pedro Solís, the architect of this work, didn't want it to end there. He knew well that the place was ideal for a monastery, which was finally finished in 1657 with the help of the people from Santa Fe, and that years later it will house its most illustrious guest, the fallen Lord of Montserrat. The work of the Santa Fe teacher Pedro de Lugo y Albarracín, who achieved not only a beautiful image of impressive artistic value, but also managed to gather the religious faith of the city. Since that time, every day, thousands of devoted climb the steps to let in the shrine at the top of the penitential act, while thousands of other tourists, athletes, or curious people arrive on foot, by funicular or cable car. The view of Bogotá from Monserrate, the faith that evokes its sanctuary, its pilgrim, its gardens and fountains, its gastronomy, its close forest, its sunsets, its starry nights, and its majestic moon make the experience of visiting the Cerro from Monserrate valuable. Through time, the Cerro de Monserrate has become a cultural symbol of the city, where national and international visitors choose it as a must-see tourist destination in Bogotá. This sanctuary contains great myths and legends about its construction and development, besides being a tourist site by excellence.
Pilgrims and nature lovers go up and down a paved path in search of peace and a light that illuminates their path, alleviates their losses, and responds to their deepest concerns. Without breaking the harmony of nature or disturbing the landscape, a cable car and a funicular facilitate access to thousands of people who wish to reach the summit and visit a beautiful sanctuary at the top of the hill that provides over and watches over both the capital city and the green savanna that serves at the mouth. At the back of the temple, in a special cubicle, the image of the Holy Fallen Christ to the lashes and nailed to the cross silently presides over the gigantic and constant pilgrimage of his devotees. Also at the top of you can find some food shops and even a large restaurant, where the representative gastronomy of the Cundiboyacense region is the one that shines. As Christian already said, people can go on foot, cable car, or funicular. Going up on foot has no cost, but if they want to go up by other means of transport, they should check the rates on the Hill's website, where it's always updated information on the hours in which they can arrive at the place.
Being such a visible place from almost anywhere in the city, it is easy to get there. You can take the J roads by Transmilenio. All of them will take you to the water station. There you must ascend for approximately 10 minutes to get to the tail of the hill and begin the ascent.
There you have all the information required to encourage you to visit that place. Don't miss it. Where we will go now, Christian?
What do you think? If we are in the sector, we walk a little through the history center of the city. The Candelaria, the Botero Museum, and the Golden Museum are emblematic places that you must visit.
La Candelaria is the 17th town in the city. It's the smallest of Bogotá. It is located in the central eastern sector. The town is made up of Belén, Las Aguas, Santa Bárbara, La Concordia, Egipto, administrative center, and the cathedral neighborhoods, and is recognized for the architectural legacy of its streets. It has been and continues to be the epicenter of the events and witness of political history, just as it became the scene of Independence Day on July 20 of 1910 and April 9, 1945. Today, La Candelaria seems to draw in each of its streets the history of the city and the country in each one of its buildings and passages. Is stated on the Culture, Recreation, and Sport page www.culturarecreacionydeporte.gov.co. According to the District Institute of Cultural Heritage, in the Historic Center there are a total of 2,364 properties, of which 55 are declared as assets of cultural interest of the national order, former national monuments, and 1,608 are architectural conservation properties.
In La Candelaria, you can find the Plaza de Bolívar, the place where the city was formally founded. Around it, you can find the national capital, headquarters of the Congress of the Republic of Colombia, the Palace of Justice, headquarters of the Supreme Court of Justice, the Liébano Palace, headquarters of the Mayor's Office of Bogotá, the Metropolitan Basilica Cathedral of Bogotá, and Primada of Colombia, the Chapel of the Sagrario, and the Archbishop's Palace, seat of the Archbishop Cardenalicia seat.
Y de aquí para allá revivía mi Candelarita, que aunque vivo en la 10, les hablo de otra Candelaria. Candelita pa' usted, Candelita pa' todo el mundo, madre de mi papá, de candela ya llevo el humo. Yo era el niño que enhebró sus hilos pa' coser futuro de metal brillante. Ella anciana pero igual, con la pasta de mi sal, sin mostrarme me metió en su historia. Fue la edad, fue el dolor, se negó a comprender al mundo antes de fallecer. Por las nubes marcaba el rumbo, pa' Candela al azar, era el único don profundo. Y algún día en un haz, ya copada se hastió del mundo. Candela y espinas, algo tibio y sin afán, y entender que el tiempo habla en serio. Una huella puede hablar, ser bola de cristal y llenar de magia este momento. A comprender al mundo antes de fallecer. Por las nubes marcaba el rumbo, pa' Candela el azar, era el único don profundo. Y algún día en paz, ya copadas es todo el mundo. Candela es mi niñez, algo tibio y sin afán, y entender que el tiempo habla en serio. Una huella puede hablar, ser bola de cristal y llenar de magia este momento.
We listened to this beautiful song from the Special District group called Candelaria in honor of its modern neighborhood. We continue the tour visiting one of the most important museums, the Botero Museum and the Colombian Mint. This old colonial house from the 18th century contains a historical archive of coins from the colonial era. Also in this house is the famous Botero Museum, with extraordinary works by the master, paintings and sculptures full of color and extraordinary forms, of one of the most important representative of Colombian art. It has one of the most important collections of international art that can be found in Latin America. Thanks to the donation made by Maestro Botero in 2000 to the Banco de la República, the capital and foreign public can freely and apparently access this important international art exhibition, made up of 208 works, 123 of his authorship, and 85 of prominent international artists. Down the same street, but one block below, we find the Gabriel Garcia Marquez Cultural Center. As indicated on its website, is the main headquarters of the Economic Culture Fund in Colombia. In 2003, by the initiative of the headquarters in Mexico, the idea of creating a space where culture, literature, architecture, art, and gastronomy combine displays was conceived to offer Colombians and visitors a great cultural center. Baptized with the name of Gabriel Garcia Marquez, a bridge of brotherhood between Mexico and Colombia. On January 13, 2005, the Secretariat of Public Education of Mexico and the Embassy of Mexico in Colombia, as well as the Ministry of Culture and the Mayor's Office of Bogotá, together with the Mexican architect Teodoro González de León, inaugurated the Gabriel Garcia Marquez Cultural Center, a complex designed by the Colombian architect Rogelio Salmona, located in this traditional neighborhood. A magical experience visiting this place.
A little further north is the Gold Museum, a public institution whose purpose is the acquisition, conservation, and exhibition of pieces of goldsmith and pottery of indigenous cultures of the pre-Columbian period. It has more than 30,000 pieces made of gold, 20,000 lithic objects, ceramic stones, and textile belonging to the Quimbaya, Calima, Tairona, Zenú, Muisca, Tolima, Tumaco cultures, among others. This museum is located on the eastern side of Santander Park, in the History Center of Bogotá, near the Museo del Oro Transmilenio station, and has the largest collection of pre-Hispanic goldsmiths in the world, with approximately 34,000 pieces of gold and tumbaga. It exhibits pieces from different indigenous cultures settled in Colombia before the arrival of the Europeans. It is one of the most visited museums in the city. Remember, to know all the visiting hours and rates, you can consult them on the official pages of the museums.
Bañada por dos mares y el Orinoco, café, café, café y petróleo, ciudades amables, mujeres lindas, te vas y no la olvidas. Colmo Duraba, Pulga Gallinas, Valle de Upara,
After touring around the historic center and the most emblematic places of this area of the city, we can take a Transmilenio that will take us to the Campín station, get off and walk about 15 minutes to the west of Bogotá, arriving at one of the greenest areas of the city, of course, the wonderful Simón Bolívar Park. The Simón Bolívar Metropolitan Park is the largest and most important in the city for several reasons. Its strategic location in the heart of Bogotá, its wide green areas accompanied by numberless trees. This lung of the city, which has become an essential part of the life of the capital, is made up of el Parque Simón Bolívar, Parque de los Novios, el Complejo Acuático, el Centro de Alto Rendimiento, la Cancha Popular de Golf, la Plaza de los Artesanos, el Salitre PRD, el Museo de los Niños, Biblioteca Virgilio Barco, Unidad Deportiva del Salitre, Salitre Mágico y el Jardín Botánico.
These areas welcomes hundreds of people on weekends looking for a fun time, from athletes to families who come to play with their children and pets. Also within the area, there is the Virgilio Barco Public Library, which opened the gates to the community on December 20, 2001, with an available area of 16,092 square meters. Since then, it has become a center of social and cultural development for the city. It has a collection of 92,735 volumes, including books, tablets, digital books, and audiovisual material. The pleasant spaces and the varied and innovative programming awaken in children's, young people, adults, and the elderly a particular interest in reading, writing, and artistic manifestations.
Well, dear listeners, thank you very much for joining us today in our special program, Venga y Parlemos el Magazine, visiting some of the most emblematic and important sectors of the city.
We hope you are encouraged to visit these places and learn as much as we did today by making this program for you. We accompany you in this edition, Christian and John Jairo Rivas. This was Venga y Parlemos, the magazine. Until next time, bye bye.
Bye bye.
Advertising, design, social communication, journalism, and creative communication come together in Venga y Parlemos, your magazine of the School of Communication Science by Libertadores Online.